Here is a short story of a gravel without avel bike. Literally, you will see that. We've seen mountain bikes with road handlebars. We've seen gravel bikes with mountain bike tires. And today we'll see a mountain bike, stock mountain bike, with some, with flat bar, but still some gravel touches. What it is? It is Scott Scale GR. And Scott engineers don't lie about anything. This is not Scott Scale Gravel, this is Scott Scale GR without avel. And yes, GR does stand for gravel, and I actually borrowed this bike. This is not a paid review. I borrowed it from Scott to figure out how much % of gravel is in this bike. Scott Scale is a well-known racing hardtail mountain bike. And this bike is a mountain bike with a rigid fork. Is that all? We're gonna see. You see, mountain bikes are a lot about suspension. We are riding full suspension bikes more and more and more. Gravel bikes are faster than mountain bikes on the gravel, and they are a lot about vibration damping. And here is where this bike could be better. Now I'm installing one of the features which I got really interested in when I saw the bike on the catalog, but it actually brought disappointment during the ride, and you will see why. Do you remember that Orbea Alma used to be available with the rigid fork? It was called Spirit Fork and it weighed only 500 grams. That version of Orbea Alma wasn't called gravel, it was just a mountain bike, and so I was hoping for a little bit more damping on this bike with the GR. If you remember my last shot when I was replacing the 32 chainring with 30/40 chainring on my Cube full suspension bike, it's because early in the year I'm always racing not really mountain bike races, these are flats, mostly gravel races. And so I thought, what if I had lighter, rigid mountain bike with good damping and some features for more aero position. That's why I thought on this Scott Scale. Speaking of aero, I'm just installing these things, and next week I'm racing on the cobblestones, 46 kilometers or something, really fast race, and I've been doing it for the past 4 years, improving, and so I thought this could be interesting, but see how small these are? I'm not sure how to use them. I thought these were nice aero bar ends, and they are no longer bar ends, there are some additional grips for your hands, but they are so tiny. You see, this is my hand. There is no way I'm gonna go aero on this. You can simply rotate your forearm a little bit just to change your position and hold it like that. So this is actually, I would say this is the thumb holder. And after 50 miles down on this bike, I'm gonna tell you, these are thumb holders and you will be using them. And here I'm just showing you that there could be some better protection against water and dirt right here. As for the drivetrain, we've got the AXS or Access S1000, the OEM drivetrain. I haven't noticed any difference in performance between this one and GX-XO transmission. Mostly it's really crisp. I would say every 20th or 30th gear change is really loud. Now for the assembly, the only thing I had to adjust was the front caliper brake. Otherwise the assembly of this bike is really high-end, which is not that obvious even from Scott, because last year maybe you've seen the Scott Spark, the highest model of World Cup I had. The client came with the bike, new 0 miles on it, and I had to throw the rear wheel, the carbon synchronous wheel. It was really bad. The weight of this bike, well, it's not super light. It's not the budget bike, but it's not so expensive. 11 kilos or 24.25 pounds. Now I'm putting the pedals on and we're going for the ride. As for the tires, I'm really happy that Scott engineers did not go for some kind of gravel tires right here, because these 2.4 tires on this bike are actually essential. Make sure you go tubeless with this bike, because on tubes I had 1.2 at the front, 1.3 at the rear, and I wanted to have less. And this time I didn't go for any single trails, I just went for easy gravel roads, because that's the path this bike will usually take. On asphalt, on tarmac, it's okay. On gravel like this one, it feels really well. Well, there is tons of single trails which are not gnarly, and there you will feel fine. And this is the kind of terrain this bike is made for. Not gnarly, just gravel,
little rocks, stones. It's not super fast on it, but it feels comfortable, enjoyable to ride.
And you know what? I actually decided not to race on this bike next week on the cobblestones. I'll be racing on the gravel bike. It will be faster and you will see it in a couple of days. But people who are looking for a simple, versatile bike with climbing gears and maybe even for some light bikepacking will be happy with this bike. But here are some more thoughts you should have in mind. What I'd like to see on this bike would be carbon seat post with some features for vibration damping. This one is alloy and it's really rigid. You can really feel the vibrations. Good decision from Scott engineers was not to put any type of gravel tire on this bike. This is a mountain bike, and so Aspen 2.4. Some mountain bikers are still racing on 235 to 3. So we've got on this GR version 100% mountain bike tires. These are semi-slicks. Do I like the bike? Well, to be honest, this bike looks awesome. Feels light, even though this one is 11 kilos, and it's enjoyable to ride on some unpaved roads, but no gnarly terrain. But also, to be honest, this bike doesn't really know 100% what kind of bike it is. Is it mountain bike? No. Is it a gravel bike? Hell no. So it's again something in between. So just what I told you at the beginning of this review, mountain bikes, gravel bikes, road bikes, they actually all three overlap. And this is one of the examples. So more gravel bikes are going towards mountain bikes with tire clearance, with tiny little suspension forks at the front. This one is just the opposite. It goes from mountain bike world to gravel bike world. So Scott Scale GR, this is how it looks like for people who want to have pretty light bike for some bikepacking, maybe some easy races, some marathons. This could be a perfect bike. And here are two important upgrade tips for this bike in my opinion. Number one, a carbon seat post which flexes nicely. It really changes the overall experience. And number two, buy chunky grips for your handlebars. These are not chunky, these are just standard, and you need more damping on the GR bike. Thanks for watching. See ya.
Jest nieźle. Tak?